I think it's very easy to stay with the same thing that's been there forever, but there's a lot of new products that have come out that are very helpful, and just because they're new doesn't mean that they're out of budget.
Right.
Just continually get in front of clients is a big important part. Continuing to educate our clients.
Here at the Dominican Republic.
We're here at our Poolside Chat, Pool Pro Edition, in the beautiful Dominican Republic. It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning. Super excited to have my friends here with us. My name's Sam Sperduto. I'm the Southeast Rep for Paddock Pool Equipment. Here we have Chad Wallace with Miracle Pools. I'll have you introduce yourself again in a second, but thank you first of all for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Hey, it's the Dominican. I'm glad you're here. What's been your favorite part of the trip so far?
So far, just the relaxing. It's good to get away. Work never stops, so you're still responding to emails. So it's nice to have a little bit of internet, but it's also nice to be away from it all.
That's right. And Chad was responding to emails this morning at breakfast. His work has not stopped since he's been here. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your work and why it hasn't stopped since you've been here?
Yeah. So Miracle Pools was founded in 1990. My business partners and I, Brooks and Kelly Barnett, myself and my wife Lindsay, took over the company in 2022. Just had a ton of fun with it, growing from what was the base of operations that was there. So we now are licensed in 3 states, building pools and servicing work in Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina.
He's busy.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate you coming onto the podcast again, being in the Dominican. I know that you're a busy guy. You did mention that Miracle Pools has been around for a couple of decades, but you guys took over a couple of years ago, correct?
Yep. So we took over ownership from Brad and John in 2022. So right about the same time that you came on with Paddock as well. So it's been a great adventure to kind of grow together.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you saying that. Since you've started, what has been your favorite project that you've done with Paddock and why?
Yep. Our favorite project was probably the James A. Leach Aquatic Center, the JLARC project, as we call it. It was our first major project when we came on as new ownership. We got to meet Michael, Mark, and Sam. We worked really closely with them because it was our first big competition pool together. It was indoor. It was very tough, difficult site, and it just opened our eyes up to all the difficulty and the joy of completing a big project. It was a lot of fun.
And being in the aquatics industry, right?
Yep.
So you have a construction background, but this is your first kind of aquatic adventure.
Right. That's exactly right. So we historically have done a lot of general contracting work and brought that kind of idea and mentality of looking at a holistic approach specifically to a subcontractor, to the aquatics industry. So it was a lot of fun, and that project had a evacuator, stainless steel gutter, the whole 9, and interacting with electricians, the mechanical trades was just it's like being right at home.
The aquatics industry is a completely different animal, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Well, with that being said, I know you mentioned the evacuator and gutter and a couple of other Paddock products. What's your favorite and why?
Our favorite product is still the Regen. We love the RMF filters. It's something I feel like we can specialize in. I think it really helps push along the aquatics industry into the next generation of technology, controls, providing the best quality water to our clients. Mm-hmm. I think it's something that's easy for them to operate. I think the controller series is pretty self-intuitive, so it's not something that's overly complicated, even though it provides the best in class, kind of service for filtration and clean water.
I love that you've mentioned the Paddock projects, your Paddock products, but as an industry and the aquatics itself, right? What do you feel like is the biggest challenge that we're facing right now?
Our biggest challenge is our manpower. Mm-hmm. I think still trying to find qualified people. Our crews, we've gotten lucky. We've gotten a lot of younger guys, but it comes with its own growing pains of training people up. But it is a great thing to have newer guys in the industry. So some of that is just kind of continuing the knowledge from the previous generation into the newer generation. I think that's probably number one. And then number two would certainly be continuing to educate our clients as to what products are there. I think it's very easy to stay with the same thing that's been there forever, but there's a lot of new products that have come out that are very helpful, that are not, and just because they're new doesn't mean that they're out of budget.
Right.
So there's a lot of those things that just continually get in front of clients is a big important part.
Yeah, educating is my favorite part of this industry as well, so I'm glad that you said that. Correct me if I'm wrong, this is your second builders trip with us. Yep. You've been with us for the last couple of years, again, since I've started, so this is my second builders conference as well. What has been your favorite part about having the conference?
The builders conferences are a lot of fun because you do get to just network, kind of with your hair down a little bit with some of the other builders, and it's great that we're just with a certain level of builders. So we're with guys that we know that we compete with, but also that we can learn from. There's just a lot of talks around lunches and dinners around the pool that go a long way with us. We've, just from the last 3 years, there's a lot of things that Brooks, Kelly, and I, and Lindsay have implemented based on conversations we've had around the pool. Between that and the UPC, I'll plug that as well. It's been super helpful for us again, and the networking is just so critical for us to know other people and learn what have been. We're pretty open about our mistakes, which helps out a lot. That's where all of our wisdom comes from, is screwing something up and trying not to screw it up a second time.
Right.
Last year we got to present with WTI. It was a lot of fun at UPC there. Just trying to continue to get out what are more things that we can grow our industry together. I think if we can all grow our industry together, it'll be better for all of us. It's not a one-man show.
Yeah, that's really well said. I appreciate you sharing that and plugging the UPC.
That's right. There you go.
Well, Miracle Pools is one of my biggest customers here in the Southeast. They do fantastic work, but they are also a great partner to have. So again, thank you for being on the Builders Trip, and thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Before we kind of close up, do you have anything else you want to add or any questions for us?
No, I'm very thankful for our relationship with Paddock, along with a number of other folks in the aquatics industry, but you guys specifically have been a very important vendor and relationship to us. Been a trusted vendor to where we can ask for advice, that we can bring things to as we're growing and think of new ideas. But you guys do things the right way. We really appreciate that. It's something that's been a big part of our culture, is to try to be straight and be honest. Good news, bad news, but you do things the right way, and we want to continue that. It's great.
I really appreciate you saying that, Chad. Thanks. My last question of the day. What does your day look like? Where are you going?
I'm going to play golf. So I'm gonna spend the next, it's actually my wife and I's anniversary, so, but I'm going to go play golf for 4 hours, so
that's right.
Thank you to her.
Well, heck yeah. Enjoy the Dominican, and again, thank you for being here, and thank you for taking the time.
Absolutely.